Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about Shad0w and just kind of give an update about what has been going on with him, what the future has looked like, what the past couple of months, what really this whole year has looked like. Because, if we think back to the last time we saw Shad0w in Europe, it was the summer split of 2020. I believe he was actually first team All-Pro LEC jungler, so he's coming off a pretty good split. Mad Lions was riding high. Obviously, things didn't go super well for them in the playoffs. Things didn't go super well for them at Worlds, and then we didn't see Shad0w at all. You know, he wasn't on social media. He wasn't like anywhere. We didn't really hear from him until finally in the summer he signed with LGD. And I know a lot of people who like watch my channel, a lot of people in the West, they don't watch the LPL, they don't follow the LPL, they don't necessarily know what's even going on or what's happened at all. But in this video today, we can kind of just recap all that, talk about what's been happening and how things are going for Mr. Shad0w, and hear from him a little bit too, because he's actually putting out some little videos and stuff. So it should be interesting. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I would appreciate it so much. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and consider checking out my Patreon. We're about to start pumping out some weekly podcast episodes, live streamed on YouTube, VODs on Patreon. Should be interesting. With that being said, here we go. So we'll start with this little message. Again, the LPL tweeted this out the other day that Shad0w LOL has a message for his former team, Mad Lions, in the LEC. So let's see what he had to say.
Yo, what's up, Mad Lions? Long time no see. I didn't really watch any of your games or any LEC games or even LCS because, you know, LPL is just a better region. Why watch a minor region, you know? But I hope you guys can make it to playoffs or like maybe luckily make it to Wars, and I'll see you there.
So obviously, you know, he's just like memeing, he's just joking around a lot, but it is a little bit weird to hear him talking about, you know, Europe as a minor region. Like, okay, dog, in your last summer split, you ended up getting 4th in the playoffs. Then you went to Worlds and you were the first ever Western team to not make that a play-in. You're talking about NA, you're talking about Europe. No NA team has ever done that, and the only European team to ever do that is literally your team. You know, you were really good in the regular season, you weren't good in the playoffs, you weren't good at Worlds. I don't know. I get it's a joke, and it is funny. I mean, here I am talking about it, reacting to it, but it seems a little bit weird. I think, you know, maybe he would just, like, say what's up to Mad Lions. Hopefully I see you guys at Worlds, all that stuff. The trash talk, a little bit weird, but, you know, funny. Maybe that's just his personality. Who knows? I honestly don't know too much about him because there isn't a lot of, like, info and stuff. But what is interesting is Dot Esports, they made this little video talking about what happened to former Mad Lions player Shad0w. They have 15,000 subs on YouTube. Their video only has 841 views talking about him. So honestly, you know how people ratio people on Twitter? I was thinking, you know, maybe we run the numbers up on this video. We ratio them on their own video. If my video on a channel half the size gets more views than their video about Shad0w, I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. It's a decent idea. We should try for it. I don't know. It would be funny to me because I just think it's funny. All these like media companies who have like really shitty YouTube channels and social medias and everything. They have a bunch of followers, but they can't put up views or anything. So that's, you know, we're going for that. But anyway, they showed some of Shad0w's, you know, numbers from the last LEC split. Again, he was 3rd amongst junglers in KDA, 3rd amongst junglers in KP, 3rd in kills per game, 4th in damage per minute. So he had a really good split his last showing in EU. And the team he went to in China, he sat out the whole spring split, which is weird. I think it had something to do with COVID. You know, China was obviously crazy early on during COVID and everything. So it was all weird, but he ends up going over to LGD. This was a team that was very, very bad in the spring split in the LPL. They went 4-12 in matches. In games, they went 11-26. And now, after their first full split, having Shad0w on the team, they actually didn't make the playoffs still, but they moved up to the 11 spot. You know, this is a 17-team league, and they went 7-9 in matches. They went 17-20 in their game score. So they had a 44% match win rate and a 46% match game win rate after last split having a 25 and 30% win rate. So obviously it wasn't only Shad0w, you know, coming in and helping them out, but he actually did a good job. He actually, you know, improved their team overall, which was impressive because I believe he was the first Western player to like play in the LEC and then go over and play in the LPL. That could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what somebody said, and that's pretty interesting. And to see that he was pretty good in Europe, but again, finished 4th in the playoffs, went to Worlds, didn't do that good, and then he's still doing pretty solid over in the LPL. I think it's a good sign, and it shows that, you know, there's definitely differences between the leagues. I definitely think the LPL is the best. I think the LCS is the weakest, but we've seen a lot of different stuff going on where like Perks has gone over to NA and he's not dominating. We've seen Shad0w go over to the LPL and he's looking pretty decent. I mean, if we look at the spring split stats for the LGD junglers, they had Kui and they had Flora. Kui played most of the games, 33 of the 37 games. He was towards the bottom in pretty much all the jungling statistics. As far as KDA, he's towards the bottom. Kill participation, I don't honestly remember where he's at for this. Towards the bottom again, just a lot of these things. Goal difference at 10. It's always hard for these because there's literally so many people. Kui toward the bottom again. You know, just overall a lot of bad stats, not a lot of good things. Obviously LGD was not great in the spring, so it's going to hurt all their stats, but they're also bad in most of the positions. You know, if your team is like 4 and 15 or whatever, you're going to be towards the bottom in most of the stats. But now looking at Shad0w in the summer split, he's like middle of the pack. He was an upgrade over the jungler they already had. He has been pretty solid. He's been, capable, which I think is a really good sign. It's really cool because Shad0w is a talented player. He hasn't always put it all together. He's gone through stretches and slumps and different metas. He hasn't always been the best. Obviously, he was really known for his carry junglers like his Lee Sin, stuff like that when he was in Europe. And as the meta changed, he couldn't really put together all the picks, but he's super young, super inexperienced. He's talked a little bit about how, the pressure gets to him and stuff like that, and he wants more time to get comfortable. But yeah, here's some of his stats from the LPL. I don't have it on junglers right now. But yeah, here's some of the stats from the LPL. In terms of KDA, he's like pretty middle of the pack, not bad at all. They actually have damage per minute numbers, I believe, here as well. And he's like towards the top. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth in the LPL junglers in terms of damage per minute. Like, that's really cool. That actually shows how much of a carry threat he can be and how, developing and promising he is as a talent. I think that's very cool. Obviously, he likes being in the LPL. He likes being in China. Like he was saying, it's the best league in the world. And he's doing well in the best league of the world, and he's putting up pretty good stats on a 11th place team. Now that also does make it a little bit more funny how he's talking to Mad Lions like, oh, I hope you guys make the playoffs. Maybe you'll make it to Worlds. And he didn't even make the playoffs. He's going to be at Worlds because Worlds are in China. Otherwise, he wouldn't be at Worlds. He didn't, do anything like that. Like, I don't know. If I was him, I would still rather be on Mad Lions. Like, wouldn't you rather be on a team competing for championships, going to international events, than a 11th place team in the LPL? Like, yeah, even if you think the LPL is a better league, I don't know. And then also, if Mad Lions played LGD right now, I would favor Mad Lions. It's not like I think LGD is I don't think the 11th place team in the LPL is better than like the third best team in Europe or something like that. So I don't get it. Kind of weird, kind of funny. But yeah, this is kind of an update of what's going on with Shad0w. If you've been wondering what has been going on with him, he moved over to LGD. He put up pretty good stats. He was an improvement in the jungle, and he helped the team improve overall in terms of record. And it just kind of shows once again that, players from European leagues, from LCS leagues, who they've kind of come up in those leagues and developed in those leagues, they can go play in these other leagues, and it is possible. And it's not just straight up that, like, all these players are worse and wouldn't make it in these leagues and everything. And I do expect to see Shad0w in the LPL for some time. Hopefully, he'll be able to get on a little better team. Hopefully, he'll be able to start working up the ranks. But, it seems like he is happy over in China. And, that's kind of what's going on. Kind of interesting, maybe some trash talk, maybe some drama, a little bit of spice. But overall, things are looking pretty good for Shad0w over in China and in the LPL right now. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Shad0w in the LPL? You think it's been a good move? Should he have stayed in Europe? Should he have went back home? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.